Dear students, we have our history class today. In the last day, we discussed about the important causes for or reasons for the starting of 1857 revolt, popularly known as the First War of Independence or the Great War of Indian Independence. And we have discussed the important political or social or economical or military reasons, etc. one by one. And we know that the introduction of the new cartridge into Indian military during those time British was considering as the immediate reason for the outbreak of 1857. So today we can discuss the another important points from this chapter, that is two more points are there. One is about the course or the important leaders of 1857 in different part of India, especially in North India. And the another important topic is what happened in India after 1857, that is the result or consequences of 1857 revolt in India, that we can discuss today. Revolt was started on 10th May 1857 at a place called Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. It was the first day of the revolution started by the soldiers of different barracks in India. Even though it started as a soldiers' mutiny by the beginning, it spread into different part of India. And the soldiers decided to keep an end to the British rule in India and to make Indians as the rulers of India again. And they declared Bahadur Shah Zafar as the ruler of India after 1857 revolt or after leaving the Britishers from our country. And numbers of different leaders came from different part of India to give their leadership or support or confidence for the soldiers by the beginning, and later not only soldiers, people from different towns or villages also participated in the 1857 revolt with all whatever ideas they have. And as there was no any proper planning or preparation or ideas about how to fight against British, common people started to attack or to destroy or even to storm many of the British officials or buildings, officers and buildings, and also started to kill as many as white people possible by their own. Even though Bahadur Shah Zafar was too aged, he blessed the rebellions and also the rebellers, and that gave more confidence for the worker, especially the soldiers or the rebellious group from different corners of India. So let us go through the different leaders of Indian 1857 revolt in different part. We know that one of the lady leader who become heroine of 1857 revolt was our Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. She gave leadership for the people from Jhansi in order to fight against the British. And we know Nana Sahib was another great person who was the leader of rebellious group in Kanpur, where he was deported by the Britishers to Kanpur. That also is a place in Uttar Pradesh, and he himself was declared as the Peshwa of that place next. So Jhansi Rani, Nana Sahib, etc. were the leaders in different part. Then in Lucknow, that was another important center of 1857 revolt, where we had two leaders, mother and son. That is Birjis Khan and his mother Begum Hasrat Mahal were the active leaders from Lucknow. And in Delhi, even though Bahadur Shah Zafar was there as the leader, he was supported by another great soldier called Bakht Khan. He was from another place called Bareilly, but he came to Delhi and gave leadership for 1857 revolt in Delhi locality. And one another great leader was Tandia Tope. He was an extreme expert person in guerrilla warfare, and he supported Nana Sahib and Rani Lakshmi Bai. So lot of leaders were there in different part of India, and what is special that many of the important major centers of 1857 revolt was in North India. Ahmadullah Shah from Faizabad, then Kanwar Singh from Bihar, etc. were the another important noted personalities of 1857. Other than these named personalities, lots of landlords, zamindars, people from peasant community, tribals, etc. also participated in the 1857 revolt. They also had their great role to make the 1857 a revolt against the Britishers, as they were the common enemy, because all these group of people had many type of difficulties under British rule, and they decided to make an end to the British rule and to bring our own or Indians on administration later under Bahadur Shah Zafar. So as the revolution spread across different part of India and it was out of the control of Britishers, they were forced to bring many more soldiers from London. And using all the extremely trained soldiers who came from Britain, Britishers were able to capture different areas that was already captured by the revolutionaries from different localities. And one by one, Britishers were able to restore every of these places under their own control. And they were able to capture, or they were able to arrest Bahadur Shah Zafar, as he was the leader of 1857 revolt. For Britishers were able to capture the positions under them one by one from the rebellious group, and they arrested Bahadur Shah Zafar in September 1857, and the British government decided to export him to Rangoon as a life imprisonment, and his wife also was sent to Rangoon. And before sending him to Rangoon, his children were shot dead in front of him. And anyhow, in 1862, Bahadur Shah Zafar died in Rangoon jail. After the capturing or after the arrest of Bahadur Shah Zafar, the rebellion didn't came to an end. Revolutionaries under different leaders in different parts continued to a little bit more. Then day by day, numbers of the revolutionary leaders, just like our Tandia Tope or Jhansi Rani or Nana Sahib, etc., were arrested by Britishers, and many of them were hanged by British. So as the leaders were not in front of them, the people also lost their confidence, and the Britishers were able to arrest hundreds of Indians, rebellions, and many of them were hanged. So by September 1858, the 1857 revolt almost came to an end, and the rebellious areas were captured and restored under the British Raj later. So all these were the different ideas or the informations about the leaders of 1857 revolt in different parts of India. By the end of April 1859, situations were almost fully controlled by Britishers, and they decided to make some administrative changes in India in order to stop, or in order to keep everything under their own control. And they introduced some new changes. And in 1858 itself, in 1858, a new rule was introduced, or a kind of an act, 1858 Act, or a proclamation by the Queen of Britain. There were some new changes introduced into India. That means, instead of ruling India by British East India Company, then onwards, direct rule will be introduced by British Crown. So the rule of India changed from the hands of British East India Company into the direct hands of British Crown. And the name of the British Governor General in India is changed as Viceroy. The post of Governor General was changed as Viceroy. And we know that the last Governor General who was there in India at the time of 1857 revolt was Lord Canning. So instead of calling him as Governor General Lord Canning, he was started to be called as Viceroy Lord Canning. So the last Governor General of India and the first Viceroy of India is becoming same person, that is Lord Canning. He was here in 1857 and was in the period of 1857 revolt and was the first Viceroy of India due to the Queen's proclamation of 1858. And another important change that came into India or introduced into India after 1857 revolt was that Britishers announced no more annexation of Indian territories. That is, an assured guarantee was given by the British government to Indian princes that in order to, or with any reason, if it is because of subsidiary alliance or because of doctrine of lands, etc., no more territories of India will be annexed by British, and also assured that they can practice their previous positions just like queens or kings of that locality, and also allowed the adopted son to be the rulers, but on one condition, that they need to accept the sovereignty or the supremacy of the British crown. And the third important change that introduced or the policy of the Britishers were that they increased or doubled the number of British soldiers in British army in order to control the Indian soldiers, because they believed that it is because of the less numbers of British soldiers in Indian army, the Indian sepoys or soldiers were able to fight or to start the mutiny against the British. So in order to avoid such a further incident, they increased the number of British soldiers or white soldiers in order to keep an eye on the Indian soldiers in order to control them forever. And the next important change that introduced in India, that the Britishers assured that they would respect the Indian rituals, religions and customs and will not interfere in their religious daily life. Such an assurance guarantee was given by the Britishers. And another important change that introduced was that they were ready to protect the rights or freedom of landlords and zamindars, because they need to get the support of landlords or zamindars in their future also. But one another problem that happened, or one change that they introduced in India was that was not much fully positive side, that was the confiscation or capturing of the land and property of Muslims in large number, because Britishers believed that the 1850s revolt mainly spread and started mainly with the support of Muslims. So in order to control Muslims or in order to make them poor, the land and the property of Muslims were confiscated into large number. So that was the one problematic change that they introduced in the Indian situation after 1857. Because of all these changes, what happened is that mainly by accepting our rituals or religious customs, or by giving positions for the rulers, that is the princes or the zamindars, etc., Britishers were able to get the pleasure or the happiness of this group of people. Some of the policies introduced by British in India after 1857 revolt was really a kind of pleasing measures, because by introducing all these changes, that is accepting Indian religious practices or respecting the cultural practices of India, and by restoring the previous positions of tribals or the princes or zamindars, etc., Britishers assured their days or their position in India again with the support of Indian people. So all these different situations were created by Britishers in India during and after 1857 revolt. So these are the most important points, especially the causes and the result. Two important portion from where 5-mark questions are asking. Then this lesson is mainly for math studies also. Major important centers of 1857 will be also one of the important portion for exam. So study this chapter well, and we will meet in the next video with another lesson. So thank you. Keep watching. Have a nice day.